do you have a chance? Did you have a chance to work with some famous artists or musicians?
Yes, some. Okay. Not a lot. I mean,
yeah. Adele is here.
Yeah. Normally we work with the monitor engineer more than the artist, but you know, I've been to visit Van Halen. I remember this was a few years back, but Aerosmith flew me out to. And this is a great story. Okay?
Yeah,
it's a great story. So at any rate, they flew me out to make sure that the monitors were fit. This was quite some years ago. This was the 9 Lives tour. Okay, and they flew me to Hartford, Connecticut, put me up in a nice hotel, and the next morning they sent a limo. I'm like, oh, I'm in a limo? You know, it was cool. But so they sent a limo for me, and I went to the Civic Arena there that they had rented to prepare and do the rehearsals for their tour. And so they took me backstage and put me in Steven Tyler's dressing room. And you know, he was in the next room doing his vocal warm-ups. You know, he's you know, that kind of stuff. He came in and we played with his earpieces a little bit. And then Joe Perry, he came in because he wanted to see what was going on. So I played with his earpieces, and eventually I got to meet everybody in the band. But that was pretty cool. But the coolest part, okay, so they say, hey, we're going to do the lighting check. You want to come? Yeah. So I'm sitting in, you know, like the 10th row back, and the guys from Aerosmith are sitting with me, and they're going through all the lighting changes of the concert. So, you know, the start, when the screens would change, and all this kind of, you know, comments about what looks good, what doesn't. Some really bad practical jokes that I won't go into, but it was funny. And then they're going to go ahead and do the concert as if there was a whole audience there. I'm the only one sitting in here, you know, 1,000 seats, and I'm just sitting there, and they start playing, you know, they do the opening song, and I'm like looking around going, wow, this is just, I'm the only one here, this is so cool. And they did the first song. And then the second song, they started it, and I felt a tap on my shoulder, and it was my limo driver saying, it's time to go to the airport. But that was a really amazingly cool experience, you know, just be, wow, that's Aerosmith, and I'm the only one out here, they're playing, you know. So, I mean, you know, some things like that. Through our work with the earpieces, do you know who Chester Thompson is?
Yes.
Okay, Chester Thompson, when we do trade shows, as you recall, we always did the live music thing. Well, back in the day when we were starting out, you know, we couldn't afford to have musicians come play at our booth, so we played. And Chester Thompson is one of the guys who early came by and got fitted with Westone, and almost every year since then, he sits in and jams with us at our booth. So I get to play bass with Chester Thompson. And then, you know, there's been some other just truly amazing musicians that over the years have come in and joined us for a song or two or longer. And so that's been, you know, a really cool experience. Because, I mean, initially I started playing around with this stuff because I was a musician, and I had heard that, well, there are some people doing some experimental stuff. And so, you know, I'm going, well, we make earpieces. I can get speakers. And so I started building things for myself because I was in a really, really, really loud band. And I didn't want to hear it that loud. So, so it's been a really fun thing.
Yeah.
Okay.